Welcome to This Daring Adventure podcast, where we work on bridging the gap between where we are and where we want to be in order to live a bigger and bolder life. In this podcast, we will provide inspiration, tips, and skills you need to make your life the adventure you want it to be. Here's your host, mindset mentor, and life coach, Trista Gurton.
Hey, hi everybody, welcome back. Today, I wanted to ask you a question that could literally change everything for you. Who are you becoming? I don't want you to go to your past and think about who you've been. I don't want you to think about who people say you are. We're not talking about your job title, but we're talking about who you are actually in the process of becoming, based on the choices that you're making today. It's a big question, and I feel like it is some of the best, most powerful work that we can do. And if you're feeling stuck right now, like you know you're meant for more, but you're not quite sure what that is, you feel like time is slipping by and you're not living fully, you're living a half-lived life. This question is something that you really want to pay attention to, and it can be a real wake-up call. So, let's go. The problem is that most of us are repeating our past. Let's be honest. We're not becoming someone new. We are just recycling who we've always been. We get to a point in our lives where we have less to look forward to. We've got the degree, we've got the job, we've got the house, the family, the kids, the relationship, what have you. And we start looking backwards instead of what might be possible in the future. At the same time, we're also defining ourselves as to what's possible or who we can become or who we are based on our past. I've never done this. I've done this. I'm like this. I'm not like this. And we keep choosing the same thoughts, the same reactions, the same choices, and the same results. And the problem is that if you don't stop and consciously examine and ask yourself who you're becoming, your life will just be a replay of the past. You will just keep letting life happen to you, and you will just be at the effect of everything that's going on. I hear so often these types of thoughts. This is just who I am. I've always struggled with this. Nothing ever really changes. But listen, if you don't change your thoughts, you won't change your life, because your thoughts are your life. They're the raw material for every result that you create. So, if you're feeling stuck right now, if you're going through the motions, if you've plateaued, if you are at the effect of everything that's going on in the world and in your life, it's likely because you are operating from your past identity. But the good news is that you can choose a new one. You want to become the creator, not the repeater. Your future is not created by your past. Your future can be anything you want. It's created by your thoughts. It's created by your current thinking. This means that you don't need a new job. You don't need a new partner. You don't need to buy a new house or move cities, although you can do all of those things. But what you need is to become the version of yourself who would create the life you want. And that becoming starts right now. You want to get clear. You want to choose who you're becoming, what you believe about yourself, what you allow in your life, and what you no longer tolerate. It's a moment-by-moment decision. Think of it like this. You're writing a character for a movie. You're the actor and the director. Are you playing the role of someone who's overwhelmed, self-doubting, resentful, and stuck? Or are you writing a character arc where you grow into someone bold, calm, and powerful? You get to decide. So, how do you become your future self? I've got 3 steps. The first is you have to define her. You can't become someone you haven't defined. So, you want to get crystal clear. You can ask yourself, what is she like? How does she talk to herself? What is she thinking? What boundaries does she set? What does she no longer do? What does she believe is possible? And I have a few journal prompts that might help you to think about and explore, get curious here about what this looks like. So the first is my future self is a woman who, you can fill in the blank. She no longer tolerates. She wakes up feeling. She speaks to herself like, and she handles problems by. All of these questions help you to really make this vivid and clear. Get into it, get curious, give yourself some space and some time to think. And you want to start making her feel more familiar to you than your past self. You want to be thinking about her all the time. Now, you also want to think and feel like her right now. Your thoughts are creating your feelings, and your feelings are driving your actions. If you're thinking like her, you're going to feel like her, and then you're going to take actions or not take action like her. We have to reverse engineer this. So if your future self feels calm, confident, committed, what would she have to be thinking to feel that way? So instead of thinking, I don't know what I'm doing, try, I'm figuring it out. If you're thinking nothing's working, try, I'm learning what works and what doesn't. If you're thinking, I always mess this up, try, every setback is a part of my success. You're not waiting to feel confident to take action, but you create confidence by thinking on purpose. You want to be thinking very intentionally and very purposefully. You want to get clear about exactly what you need to think, and you need to have that prepared and practicing it and focusing on it on a daily basis. So, what you want to do is write 2 or 3 thoughts your future self would practice daily. Put them on a sticky note, put them on your phone, make them your screensaver on your laptop, memorize them, get out in front, practice them. If you find your brain slipping back to the old thoughts that aren't helpful, just redirect to your new thoughts and keep practicing them. They want to resonate with you. You want them to be believable. They don't have to be rainbows and daisies and unicorns, but you want to believe in them. They want to feel better than your original thought. And that way you practice them, you feel them, you believe them more and more until you can elevate the thought, you can choose a new one. But you want to make sure that at least at the beginning, it does feel better than your previous thought. Now, step 3 is to act as if you're her. Listen, you don't become your future self later. Even though we're thinking about who you might be in the future, you want to become her now. You want to act like her now, and that's how you become her. So you want to ask yourself and get clear about what decisions would she make? What conversations would she have? How would she handle this situation? You don't wait to have the life or the thing or whatever it is to become her. You become her to create that life. Let's say, for instance, that you want to become a woman who speaks up in meetings and leads with confidence. You don't want to wait until you get the perfect job or until somebody promotes you. You practice showing up as her in every meeting starting today. It's a choice, and it's one you can make daily. And it's extremely powerful because it shifts your energy completely. You're thinking differently, you're feeling differently, and then you're showing up differently. And this will trickle into every area of your life. And what happens then is that you have a life that matches who you want to be. When you do this work, when you define your future self and align your thoughts and feelings and start taking action, you are literally rewiring your identity. You're rewiring your brain. And here's what happens. You stop reacting and you start creating. You stop overthinking and you start choosing. You stop shrinking and you start expanding. You become the woman who makes decisions with clarity, handles setbacks without falling apart, leads her life instead of waiting for someone else to rescue her. And this isn't about hustle. It's not about becoming someone better. It's about becoming more of who you already are, who you want to become, underneath all the fear and the conditioning and the programming and the socialization. Your future self already exists, but you just have to start meeting her halfway. So, here are the 3 steps you can do today, right away. You can journal. Ask yourself, who am I becoming if I keep thinking and acting this way? Get honest. There's no judgment. Don't beat yourself up, but just gain that awareness. Then you want to choose 3 thoughts your future self would think. Practice them like mantras. Make sure they resonate and they feel somewhat believable, somewhat better than your old thoughts. Think them on purpose every single day. And then you want to make one decision today as your future self. Start small, micro actions. What does she eat? How she answers a message? How she's speaking in a meeting? Anything, but do it from her energy. This is some of the most powerful work you can do. You don't have to earn your future self. She's already inside you. She's already there. But you do have to choose her and practice her and live her over and over again until you create the life that looks like hers. You don't need more time. You just need to be more intentional. So go out and become her on purpose. Listen, if this episode spoke to you, share it with a friend, subscribe, rate it, review it. Better yet, act on it. Go be the woman you're becoming. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. I'm so glad you're here. If you are interested in doing some of this work one-to-one with me, I offer private coaching. My Unstuck program is the place you want to be to take all of these tools and skills and apply them directly to your life with my support. So the link to my calendar is in the show notes. Book a discovery call with me and let's talk about where you are and what you want to create for yourself. This is some of the most important and powerful work you can do on yourself, on your life, and create exactly what it is you want to create. I also want to let you know that on May 6th, I'm holding a free class. It is on emotional resilience and tools and skills you need to transform your life. It's called Triggered to Transformed, Emotional Tools That Actually Work. I haven't taught this class before. It's brand new, so I am very excited to share it with you. The link will be in the show notes as well so that you can register in advance. That's happening May 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I would love to have you join live, but if you can't, I will be sharing a replay afterwards. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this Daring Adventure podcast with your host, Trista Gurton. We hope you enjoyed the tips and conversations on how to get excited about life again. As always, you can head to tristagurton.com for additional resources and to book a one-on-one coaching session. You can also follow Trista on Instagram at Trista V. Gurton. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.